Hi, it's Marianne, the Frugal Chef. Hey, let's make a chicken soup today. Let's make it really simple. We'll make it out of chicken legs and with white rice, something that's easy and, and nice and excellent for comfort food for those cold days. The first thing we need to work on for our chicken soup is our chicken stock. Now, I like to make my stock nice and concentrated because, you have all those flavors in there that just make a difference in your final product, okay? Today I'm using chicken legs. These are quite big. I mean, this almost looks like a young turkey. But I have 6 chicken legs in here. And, I paid $3 for them, so perfect. It's gonna be a nice cheap soup. But it's gonna be loaded in flavor, which is what we want. Obviously, you can use any kind of chicken you want. If you want to use thighs, use thighs. If you want to use breast, of course, you can use whatever part of the chicken you want. This soup is going to be a little more fatty because of the skin from the chicken. But we will be taking out the fat, skimming it, and we will get rid of the skin once we're, getting ready to finish it. For now, to get our stock ready, I put the 6 pieces of chicken in there. I did rinse them out, okay? You should always rinse out your chicken. Now, I'm gonna add some celery with the leaves, okay? And just a little bit of parsley. I just tied this up into a little, into a little bouquet. If you don't have parsley in your refrigerator, don't stress, okay? The celery, I think you probably should put in here, but if you don't have the parsley, don't stress. Don't go running out to buy it. Just put the celery in and that's it. The reason I'm tying it is because I'm going to take it out once I'm done with it, okay? I have 4 garlic cloves that I just smashed. I simply peeled them and smashed them. That's another thing I'm going to fish out of our soup once we're done. 2 bay leaves. Now this is about 1/4 of a red bell pepper. This is another thing that another ingredient, if you don't have it, don't stress out, you don't need to put it in there. I like the flavor it gives it. So, and I had one in my refrigerator, so I'm using 1/4 of it, okay? The basic most important ones are your onion, which here you are. I have a small yellow onion, which I quartered. Your garlic and your celery as far as I'm concerned. Okay, everything else is welcome. It gives it nice taste. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this come up to a boil and I'm going to let it simmer for a minimum of an hour. A minimum, okay? And then we'll go in there, take out all our stuff, discard it, and finish our soup. So I'm going to see you guys in about an hour. Actually, I'm going to see you in about 20 minutes because I want to show you we're going to have some foam to skim from the edge of our pot, and I want you to do that. I'll show you how to do that. So I'll see you soon. Soup's been simmering for about 20 minutes, I'll say. So now I'm gonna start skimming some of this foam that's on top, okay? That always happens when you're cooking soup, so no big deal. But it is important to just remove it, okay? So I want you to skim it and just take it out. If you have the opportunity and you have maybe an Asian market or a Chinatown or something close by to you, go buy yourself a little gadget like this. It's so tight, okay, that it captures everything. It's really, really good for taking the fat out of the soup, okay? I paid $1.99 for this thing, and I swear it must be one of my most useful kitchen gadgets. So anyway, go ahead and skim it. You'll get some more, as you go cooking it. You just go ahead and take it out, okay? Okay, this stock has been simmering for about 90 minutes actually, okay? I have been skimming it. As you can see, I've taken a lot of the fat out. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to fish out all the herbs, the onion, the garlic, all of that. Leave my stock clear. I'm gonna take out the chicken and I'm gonna skin it, bone it, and just kind of separate the meat, from the bone so that we can put it back. Let's get our rice ready for our soup, okay? I put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in there, and I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of white rice. I want to go ahead and brown this rice a little bit because I want to keep it from, you know, just expanding too much in my soup and getting all soggy and yucky. So we're going to saute this for a few minutes until it starts turning a little bit brown. Now let's finish our soup. I went ahead, as I said, and took all the meat off the bone and, you know, skinned those legs. So I'm just going to put all that chicken in there. And I'm going to go ahead and add my rice. Nice sizzle there. We'll mix that. You have to make sure that you don't have too much rice in here, you know. Calculate your volume of water with your volume of rice. Half a cup, I have about probably 7 cups of stock left. Must have lost one while it was, you know, simmering. So that's enough. You don't want the really thick soup. In here I have a cup of peas, corn, and baby carrots, okay? It's just frozen vegetables. All I did was take it out, rinse it off, and let it thaw. So I'm going to add that to our soup. I'm going to go ahead and just stir in a tablespoon of tomato paste. So now let's season this. I'm going to put salt in here to taste. I'm going to add pepper. You know, as you know probably by now, I love spicy stuff. So that might be too much for you. You add as much pepper as you would like in your soup. I'm going to add about a handful of oregano, which I'm going to crush in here. Use whatever herbs you want, okay, or you have. Also, if you want to make it spicier, you could throw in a jalapeno in there. That's going to make that broth nice and spicy. I'm going to keep it on the low today because it's for my girls, and, you know, they're not as crazy as I am yet. And, you know, so feel free to alter this as much as you can, or you want, okay? So let's let this cook another 20 minutes and I'll be back. So our soup is done. Check this out. The rice is all nice and cooked, but it didn't explode or get mushy because we took care of it before we put it in our soup, okay? Our vegetables are nice and cooked. We have nice pieces of meat in here. This is great. If you can see, the broth itself is not greasy because I've been skimming off the fat as it cooked. Because I use that extra fat, it does have a little more flavor. You know, please don't hesitate to use breast meat if you prefer. I'm sure this is higher in calories, okay? At any rate, I'm going to serve this with some crusty bread. It's kind of a gloomy day outside today, so it's perfect dinner. Bon appetit, my friends, from thefrugalchef.com. Make sure you come and visit us. We have all kinds of recipes that are not in video form. Eat well without going broke. I will see you guys soon.